way, the King of Wands here too. This is the King of Wands energy and the Queen of Wands energy. You guys are on a very same level, but in order to get to this person, there's going to be some other things that are going to come up first. We all have to go through a lot of things to learn, to grow, and to realize what we truly want. And that's what your energy coming into this new year is. I really hope you appreciate or liked this reading, and I'd love to hear your feedback on it, or if you have a suggestion for a future video, I'd love to hear that as well. Have a beautiful night, day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye. And we're on to pile 2. So pile 2, I think the new energy coming into your year is going to be a lot to do with prosperity, abundance, wealth in an emotional way, luck. There's going to be a lot of heart healing and emotion healing. There's going to be a lot of calming, peaceful energy emotionally coming into your new year. So we have, children are a big part of your future, whether yours or that of another. You are growing energetically. Remember to rest as you grow. Others may not have always noticed your efforts, but they do now. Way to put your foot down. Accept the changes coming your way. Go with the flow. Not all change is bad. Through teamwork and effort, things are falling into place. Remember the efforts that went into the project. So there's a need to remember that anything that is paying off at this point, remember all the people who helped you get there. Remember all the support you had, even if you had to do it pretty much alone with no support and there's always somebody or something that helped out in some way. Remember that. Have gratitude for it. Give thanks for it. And you could be having children, you could be teaching children, you could be babysitting children. But children are a very big part of your life and a very big part of your future, a very big part of your purpose. There may be some changes coming in that have to do with your purpose or with children, and there's a need here to make sure that you don't swim upstream, that you just go with the flow and you allow all of the ups and downs to come and try to maintain your inner peace throughout it. Understanding that not all change is bad, and even when there are bad things that come from change, there's always a silver lining. There's always something good that came from it, no matter what bad situation there was. You're growing a lot this year, and I think it has a lot to do with your emotions and your heart and really healing it and letting go of a lot of the past scars. But there's also a need to remember to rest and take care of yourself as you're doing this, because it expends a lot of energy to be able to grow so much, especially emotionally. And other people may not have noticed how amazing you were before, but it's starting to come into being now that they will. They are starting to see you for who you are and what you're worth. And so for people that may be new energies of people that may be coming into your life this next year, we have logical, balanced, temperate, and decisive. Unconditional love, nurturing, humble, and light workers. So you're going to have a lot of good people coming into your life this next year. You're going to have people that are very open, nourishing, loving, caring. People that are very humble and down to earth and good for your soul. People who are still very logical and grounded, though. They have a very strong balance between their passions and their emotions, and they're able to make decisions in a very effective way. They've been through a lot in their life, so they have been able to find balance between all aspects of themselves. And they're able to be open and non-judgmental and loving. And that's the kind of people you're bringing into your experience this next year. Boy, you've put in a lot of work to heal yourself, because this is beautiful energy coming into you. Trust in your power to heal. And maybe there's been people in your life that have hurt you immensely, that had a lot of scars on their heart, that really took all their pain and frustration and hurt and self-worth issues out on you. And maybe you put a lot of work into healing others. Maybe you're a light worker as well, which is why you're attracting in light workers, because we attract what we put out, right? And trust in your power to heal other people, because you are bringing immense healing, immense healing. Others may not have noticed your efforts, but they do now. They notice how much you are healing them. Be the light that you want to see. Light attracts light. What were we just talking about? You are a light worker, which is why you're attracting in light workers. And just keep being that light. Don't allow anybody else to make you feel like it's stupid or it's crazy or it isn't real or anything of that caliber, or any of the bullshit people want to shove down your throat. Love yourself and love who you are. You are an amazing being. I absolutely love you. You're an amazing being. Know your worth and don't accept any less. And just because you're attracting people in doesn't mean they need to be in your experience. Discernment. I think you're going to have a very healthy level of discernment this next year, and you're going to have a healthy level of self-worth, and you're going to know what you want and who you are, and you're not going to accept anything in that isn't good for you. Enjoy the journey and release the destination. Pile 1 was kind of rough. They're going to have a rough year. I'm glad this pile's going to have a good year. Enjoy the journey, release the destination. But that rough year is what's going to lead to this. This would be their next step after that rough year, you know. The last year might have been really rough for you. Release the outcome, release the destination, and just enjoy the journey and live in the moment. And that's what you're going to be doing this next year. You're really going to be able to just release control and to just go with the flow, to enjoy life and live in the moment and love life. And just a lot of unconditional love, understanding, acceptance, and compassion for those around you that aren't on this level yet. That's what you're doing, and it's just amazing. Your fiery nature inspires others to speak their truth and to follow their dreams. You embrace yourself and others with ease. You teach others a lot from your experience, and you don't mind learning from them either. Naturopaths are here to care. Nurturing and care and love for all of life. Care for all of life with respect. So you teach others, and especially children, I think. You might be a mom. You might work at a daycare. You might work at a school. You might work with kids who are just your neighbor kids, or you might babysit kids. You know, I'm a mom, and I teach my kids a lot. But I teach all the neighbor kids a lot too, and I work with a lot of other people's kids as well. I've worked with kids for a long time, since I was about 12. No, 10 years old was when I first got my first babysitting job, and that's me. I love kids. I love animals. I love plants. I love the earth. I love people, and this is who you are. And it might have taken a long journey to get to this point, but this is who you are. And you've been able to accomplish the amazing feat of healing yourself emotionally so that you can be able to bring this love and light to the world. I got really emotional there for a second. You inspire everybody around you because you're such an authentic person, and you teach them from the experiences you've gone through, and you don't mind learning from them either. You embrace everyone with love and care, and you really appreciate everything life has to offer. Friendliness. Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. No, in a pinch, money will also work. So I think this year there's going to be a lot of energy of friendliness coming into your life. Maybe you're somebody who hasn't had as many friends or friendly experiences with people because maybe you weren't quite being your true authentic self yet. But now that you are, you're really going to start attracting in a lot of people like yourself, a lot of friendliness, love, and light. Ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with my true match. My ideal partnerships are working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I am looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. So, you're going to start drawing in a lot more people who really are just on your level, who are the people who are meant to be in your life. You're going to start attracting your soul family. It doesn't even matter if it's a relationship. It's friendships, co-workers, relationships, other moms. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to start attracting in people who are on your level and who are meant to be in your life and who are a lot more like yourself, who are amazing, beautiful people, and who are there to care for everything as you do. We have Wiccan Reed, Magic Circle, Protection, and Familiar. What's really funny is in pile 1, I was actually wanting to know what the Wiccan Reed was. I was thinking that the card from pile 1 said what this card does on the front of it, but it didn't. It was the manifestation card, and it just had random things on it. So I'm going to read these ones from the book because I haven't fully gotten these ones complete yet, and they got a lot of extra meanings in them. So the Wiccan Reed. Bide the Wiccan law ye must, in perfect love and perfect trust. 8 words the Wiccan Reed fulfill. If ye harm none, do as ye will, and never mind the rule of 3. What you send out comes back to ye. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry ye meet, and merry ye part. So, page 100. I think this is going to end up being a 3-part video. My phone only does 22-minute long videos. Wiccan Reed. Ethos. Bide the Wiccan Reed ye must, in perfect love and perfect trust. What's sent out must return. By these words live, study, and learn. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. Which is foresight. Raise your standards, adopt some ethics. Understand the importance of the threefold law and the principle of cause and effect. Live by the Wiccan Reed. It will change your view of the world. Your situation is a result of your past actions. Open your heart and trust. So I think that what this is saying is that you have been able to open your heart. You have been able to trust. You have been able to heal yourself, and you have been able to start sending light out to everyone, no matter who they are, even your worst enemy. And that is what's coming back to you now, and it's all because of all the hard work you have put in. Wiccan Reed revealed. Great advice has been received through the wise words written in different forms throughout history. The Wiccan Reed helps us to understand and act, and how to act wisely with all. It is important to abide by this law and follow it to the letter in all avenues of your life. For what you give out comes back to you. Which is wisdom. You are not one for sticking to the rules. In fact, you struggle when you're faced with that which you must adhere to. You have a natural rebellious streak which has led you into trouble, but honor that side of you, for it makes you all the more wonderful. Exactly, because what isn't beautiful about this energy of this person that you are? But not everyone thinks it is. However, as a working witch, it is vital that you have integrity in all that you do. At times you must follow the Wiccan Reed. You can rest assured that it was not put in place to spoil your fun, but to safeguard all magic practitioners from any harm to themselves or to others. You will find that the Wiccan Reed is a positive instructional to live by, and promises a way of life that is in tune with the balance of nature and perfect love and perfect trust. You can be confident that nothing you do will come back and bite you when you live accordingly by the ethos of the Wiccan Reed, and by the law of 3. If ye harm none, do as you will. So as long as you hurt no one, be yourself and love yourself and move forward in your own energy and don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. And that's what, yeah, there's just a lot of amazing energy coming in for you this next year. Magic Circle, page 66. Protection. Caution, stop, 'tis time to warn. Now step into a circle drawn. Protection used both night and day keeps you safe and sends harm away. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. And you might be learning just now how to protect your energy, or this is telling you that you need to learn how to protect your energy. And when you're somebody who's a light worker, when you're somebody who's an empath, when you're somebody who is a very deeply caring, sensitive being, you really have to be able to protect your energy and set your boundaries in a proper place. But I think you've learned how to do that yourself, honestly, already, which is foresight. Improve your protection. Intense focus and intention are needed when concentrating on protection. Keep thoughts and ideas to yourself. Do not trust simply on face value. Learn and practice through protection techniques. You are protected from all harm. And that's just talking about your deepest things. Your deepest things give others power over you. And you really got to be careful who you entrust with your deepest things. Because you don't want just anybody having power over you. I'm going to light a little bit of sage really quick. Magic circle revealed. First, remove all negative energies in the room by scattering salt water or specially prepared incense or herbs. Once prepared, mark the circle using sea salt and then use your Athame wand or power finger to cast your magical circle around you. Sunwise, reciting your incantation of power and protection in order to banish all unwanted energies. Or you can also do a cleansing session where you release all the negative energy within you, imagine it all leaving you, being dissipated, given back to the earth to be transmuted and transformed into a new energy, and being able to draw back in all the pieces of yourself that you've scattered throughout the universe, all the pieces of light you've given away. Draw it all back, all the pieces of your soul, and encircle that with a crystal ball, blocking out any of the negative energies from coming in. And as a daily or weekly practice, that is a very effective tool. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Even when you're a Christian and praying, you pray to God and Jesus to be able to remove any negative forces from your life, any temptations, any hurts, any pains. And it doesn't matter what religion you practice. What matters is that you practice making sure that you protect your own energy and you keep yourself safe, and that you believe and have trust and faith that you will be kept safe because you're an amazing person. And just in general, because anybody who asks for that protection and safety is going to be protected, you know. Although there are some things that they can't protect us from, because you might be thinking, well, there's been so many horrible things in my life and I've always done that, but those things are meant to happen. There's things that are meant to happen for us to grow, to learn, to expand, to move forward, and not to mention you had to learn how to place your boundaries in healthy places as a sensitive being, which is why you went through the trials and tribulations you did. Because some of it is you and not just your guardians, your angels, your God, your power, whatever it is, you know. A lot of it is you as well. The work has to be done by you too. Witch's wisdom. Magic circle appears when caution is advised. This message comes as a warning for someone as being untrue. Don't be fooled by appearances or sly words that are formed to lure you in. Withdraw before it's too late. Protection is your greatest ally and calls you to take on preventative measures to ensure safety. It's a witch's responsibility to put protection in place whenever magical work is performed. In fact, it is a good practice to protect yourself every day, whether you are consciously working with spirit or not. Drawing a circle around you, whether physically with salt or chalk or in the mind's eye, is a strong form of protection. It can protect you against unwanted energies directed by other people, such as psychic attacks, negative thought forms, and from locations such as old buildings. You are not in immediate danger right now, but you need to be in a place of awareness to take the necessary steps of prevention. And so I think what this is saying is you have came to this level of awareness of what is good for you and what isn't, and you are starting to protect yourself and hold yourself in a high enough regard to respect yourself, so that others will respect you too. And that's what most of it is respecting yourself so that others respect you too. Because people are going to do what you allow them to do. And really, it does suck. It really sucks that people are going to do what you allow them to do. But they don't know what's wrong if you're not telling them, right? They don't know what is over your boundaries if you're not telling them. They don't know what is okay or what isn't okay with you if you don't set your boundaries and stick to it and tell them how to treat you. And if you don't treat yourself right, they're going to treat you how you treat you. They're not going to treat you any better than you treat yourself, really. But I think the energy coming in is because you've learned how to do that. So, familiar, guardian. Page 38. A bark, meow, squawk, or song, look who appears that's never wrong. Lighten your load, call to your side, your new best friend, your familiar guide. This magic has worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. And by the way, with the Naturopath card and this familiar card, it also makes me think that you're somebody who's very connected to animals, very connected to animals. Getting into animal meanings and symbolism if you're having certain animals around you on a regular basis, would be a very good idea because it will help you to understand why those animals are there and what they want you to see, and to know that you are somebody who takes care of nature, you take care of the earth, and it will take care of you back. The animals are watching out for you, your spirit animals are watching out for you. And it's also about awakening to your psychic gifts and spirituality and things like that as well. The black cat represents a lot of different things. It represents mystery. It represents independence. It represents being seen as something evil even though it isn't, because light workers a lot of time are seen as something evil even though we aren't. And it's all about connecting to yourself and to nature and really feeling safe within that sphere, which is foresight. Do not be afraid to ask for assistance. You have a strong bond with trusted animals. Call upon your familiar. Look for signs in the animals that come into contact with you. Study meanings of different animal medicine or energy. Help is at hand. I really had a lot of I had to start looking up a lot of animal symbolism. I've always kind of liked it anyway, but I really had to start doing a lot of that over the last couple years because there's been a couple times there was one that was really insistent where there was a certain type of bird. I can't remember what bird it was now, but there was 2 to 4 of them depending on the day that would come up to me and circle around me and just keep circling and circling and circling right next to me. And I had to go look them up and understand the meaning of it and understand what they were trying to tell me. And after I finally understood what they were trying to tell me and I put it into effect, that's when new animals started coming in. Folklore reveals that supernatural beings called familiars help and support witches in their day-to-day lives. Known as animal guides or spirit helpers, they protect and guard their human companions. Through thick and thin, these spirit guides can come in many different forms, from four-legged, winged ones to mythical and magical beings. A familiar has turned up to assure that you are never alone. For whether your path is an easy one or a struggle right now, you have a very real guardian helper that is waiting to be called upon through the ether. Once you have asked for this assistance in your magical work, use your diligence to be aware of the form that your assistance takes. You may notice a cat hanging around your back door. You may be greeted by the tapping of a bird on your window. Your guardians may work with you through the form of a spirit animal guide. Look to that